Hello, everybody. Tio and Frankie J back here, Raw Live. And what we wanted to do is a quick, well, not a quick, it might be a little longer. We wanted to do a follow up on our initial exclusive content that exposed a monster, if you will. Tio, would you agree with that?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, I would too. This gentleman obviously went, a route that most people wouldn't want him to go. But in any event, we've gotten a lot of backlash. We've gotten a lot of comments, well over, jeepers, 150 maybe in 15 days of former students, current students, maybe some former faculty, things along those lines of people that had run-ins with this said Andrew Notaro guy. And we can say his name because it's public and he's well known actually in the area. And now we found out nationally for being a very abrasive, harassing, cyber stalking bully, and vulgar content posting on our Facebook groups, including your lawn care page.
Yeah, like I said, that's how I first got introduced to him, and I'm upset also at I mean, a lot of people are happy that a predator or just kind of, I don't know. I guess I suffer from mental illness too, because I just don't like people who hurt kids, and it's hard for me to feel sympathy. So it's sad to me when people say, "Oh, you bullied him." No, we didn't. We really didn't. All we did was we stuck up for ourselves. I didn't know this guy from Adam, and he came after me, and I did what I know to do, and that's just to stand up for myself. So when people ask me, because I get to ask this a lot, I can't imagine what it would be like to be in your shoes, and I'll tell you, it changes daily. Because did I want somebody to do this to themselves? Not at all. Did I ask for this? No, I didn't. I was just going about my business. We had a show here that we were doing, trying to make the 55 people that watch a week laugh, and that was happy. That was good for me. I didn't ask for this. I didn't ask for him to come after me, and it changes every day, because sometimes I'm really happy, sometimes I feel bad, but at the end of the day, it wasn't our fault, and I would do it again, and that's how my family, I'm glad that they stick up for me too, because they understand that we didn't ask for this, but we would do it again. And I would always stick up for kids, children, and I don't care about it. That's just the bottom line. And I didn't do this for politics. I didn't even know about him in that regards at all. And
well, it's funny you mention that, because I didn't know anything about him until, last September, when I decided to put a political sign in my yard for the first time. And I'm 45 years. For the first time in my life, I decided to put a political sign in my yard. In 24 hours, it was taken. And then 24 hours later, I'm getting these threatening text messages from an unknown number telling me essentially, change your view or else, basically. And it was verified by very reliable sources that Tio and I have, that it was this particular man. And after we asked him, you know what the stupid thing is, Tio? Is that we did reach out to him. We did communicate with him via Facebook Messenger, comments, whatever, on the phone. And we asked him very politely, professionally, if you want to put it that way, can we just leave each other alone, agree to disagree, and just stop the nonsense? And he kept saying, prove it, prove it, prove it, prove it. And, 2 weeks later, he did what he did. So we put the final squeeze on him. And now I'll never forget the comment that was said to us, that we should be put in prison for bullying somebody into killing themselves. Well, let's back up. This piece of shit, has been harassing people, almost a decade. Thousands of people, even going as far as attacking spouses and children, and spamming pages, and instilling fear in people with his nonsense and his political views. If you didn't agree with him, you were toast.
I mean, we have probably, I want to guess, about over 150 actual statements from former students, current faculty, old faculty that have said that they have put in a lot of complaints about him and have had problems with this person. So it's not like people didn't know. But what's funny is, like, what we've learned after the show is I've learned I can't put this on any Facebook group or Facebook page because they'll block me for life. I found that out. We found out that like 5-6 days after our show, the lady who was taking the complaints up and quit, which maybe that's fine. Maybe that's normal. I don't know. It's a little fishy to me, but a lot of these complaints seem to just disappear. And the person who was maybe making them disappears from the whole profession. I don't know. It's a little strange to me, but it could be my mind just going wild. I'm not going to say anything, accuse anybody, but it's just strange. I'll let you make your own mind up. A lot of kids have come forward, said a lot of weird stuff's going on in that school, and we'd like to dig a little deeper. I'm not going to go into that at the moment, but I don't think we're finished here, and it's going to get interesting. It really is. We plan on heading down to the basketball courts soon to talk to a couple more kids if they want to talk. If not, they don't. But we will be there because we are here for the kids. We want to hear their voice, and there's a lot of, I just don't like cover-ups. I really don't. It's weird. It just weirds me out. I don't like people who cover for this kind of activity. When they do cover you and they do block you and turn you off of all the media, that kind of makes me wonder, what's your involvement? What are we hiding here? Why are we all hiding this stuff?
Here's what's most disturbing, and here's what, man, I'm just heated about it because we've been getting a lot of backlash saying that we're wrong and we should. How do 100+ people, after this man takes his own life, all of a sudden feel comfortable enough to come out and start sharing with us and reaching out to us on a daily basis, pretty much all day, every day? We're fielding messages and stuff about, and it's all the same. Nobody liked him. He was awkward. He was weird. He never taught. He would sit on his computer during class and do nothing or leave the class for extended periods of time. He would tell the students straight up, teach yourself.
Put me in detention and just stare at me.
Pretty much.
We've had tons of things.
And then the person, little Lori, who would be fielding the complaints, after all this happened, up and quit. Now, what was she, almost 10 years? 7.5 years? Well, anyways, when you're making over $100,000 a year at a job and you're almost at 10 years tenure, you don't just get up and quit and change your entire profession and move on.
Maybe you do.
Well, maybe you do, but
do you know anyone who has?
No.
Me either, but maybe you do.
Maybe
someone does. Someone does now.
Maybe she's the first. But in any event, her comment on LinkedIn was, well, my last day there, I just spent 6.5 hours filing paperwork and blah, blah, blah. What do you mean, shredding paperwork? Shredding all the complaints that had been issued? One person we talked to said they filed well over 15 in one school year.
Yes.
And nothing happened.
Nothing happened. Somebody else said they even had to come in there with their lawyer to ask for paperwork, and they said, we're not giving it to you
until you bring us to court.
Until you bring us to court.
What's the cover up? What's the problem? But here's what really angers me. Well, I don't want to say angers. What disturbs me most, Tio, is that we're being called the villains. We're being told, let it go. It's over with. Move on. What does that mean to you?
That nobody really cares. Well, because if you have this on your computer, just think of it. That means some kid somewhere was forced to create that crap that whoever has on their computer or whatever. I mean, if we can stop one, which makes me happy, but that just leads you down the whole line of he wasn't the one with the person creating it. That's where we want to get to eventually. You know what I'm saying? And it's just weird that people just let it go. And it's just society is so screwed up right now that this goes on from higher up. Even your boy, Dr. Phil, has been talking about it. How the kids over the border have the phone number and we're giving them directly to sex traffickers. It's the same thing, man. Nobody cares. It's like we all care about the children. Yeah, but do you really?
No.
Because we'll see. Maybe there's other people going to show up at the park and talk to the kids. Maybe we won't be the only ones, but I guarantee you we will be.
Well, I won't lie. Listen, have I been stressed over this? Yeah, I feel sick over it. And I'm going to tell you why. We did not expect originally, let's rewind here, okay? This gentleman decided to start coming after me, first of all. Then you were kind of just along for the ride because we're linked to the show back in last September, and he just wouldn't let up, posting horrific porn on our Facebook group pages and on a lawn care page.
Yeah,
Really?
I guess he was doing something on the another town of our Grand Island page. The head of that page said he had to boot him off too because he was doing weird stuff. He said the only way you could stop him is when he called him. So apparently, people are real tough behind the computer, and that's where you're getting. See, I'm out in the public a lot. I get a lot of high fives for this, and a lot of you did a good job. You get a lot of the internet people who are going to talk crap no matter what happens because they're just sorry what they're sad with their life and they don't have anything else going on, so they just negative all day long. So it's different out on the streets, and I'm telling you. And you imagine we had 170 people come and give us complaints. Just let that sink in, that how many people are still afraid to say anything.
What that tells me is this: is 100, at least for the moment, 175 people felt safe enough after this piece of shit did what he did to come forward and say, yeah, this happened to me. But all different times, all different people, different years, whatever, they say the same thing.
Let it go.
No, they're all saying that he did this, he did that, he acted this way, so on and so forth. These stories don't just get pulled out of a hat, folks. Okay, this man acted in a way for almost a freaking decade, and going as far as what we know now and what I know is Tennessee. Mm-hmm. He was harassing people for something they had for sale. Like, what was the guy's end game? What was his motive? And for us to be the first ones that I'm aware of, okay, and listen, again, this is real squirrely because we didn't expect this to happen, right? For us to be the first ones that didn't hide behind fake names, fake usernames, and a computer screen, we came right out and just said, hey, leave us alone. We'll leave you alone. Let's agree to disagree and let alone. And he did at one point say he would stop. And you took down one of the posts, but then he started again in 2 weeks. And the reason that is psychology and criminal justice background, Frankie J here.
He'd look guilty.
If I don't post it again, I'm guilty. They got me. But when he did it again, we jumped on him again. And then lo and behold, he took the wussy way out. He couldn't face up or be held accountable for his actions. Now, there's a lot of alleged things that happened. We don't know the facts on certain things.
Also, by the love of baby Jesus, we haven't had any spam since.
Wow, that's weird, isn't it?
Wow.
We should ask the audience that. Has anybody that's ever had problems with this guy, have you gotten one lick of spam since Jamal?
Still receiving?
Yeah. We haven't gotten one spam since he decided to
please let us know also why
we opened up the phone lines here. We do have a couple of people watching live. If anybody wants to call in and chime in,
Frankie J wants to know why we're the bad guys.
Why are we the freaking bad guys? We were victims. Okay, we knew nothing about this guy, and he started attacking, sending me very threatening text messages one morning from a burner phone. He wouldn't identify himself. It was later verified via,
maybe because we just don't let it go.
Well, we didn't back down. And the thing is, you got to understand too, people that have been bullying for 7, 8, 9 years and they haven't gotten caught or gotten put in a corner because people are kind of being delicate and trying to gather information, pile up information to get at him. You and I were just like, we're just going to talk to him. We started messaging him. We had dialogue with him. You talked with him on the phone, messaged his fiance. We had a open dialogue with this guy and told him we will come to your house. We want to talk about this and find out why you're so fucking angry.
That's why I don't get upset, Frankie, because I know we did the right thing and I know we did it respectfully. Yeah. And whatever happened to that after we did what we did it has nothing to do with us. That's why you can't let it eat you. Don't let it bother you. People say what they want to say. They don't even know the whole story, and I don't even care because really, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what anyone thinks. I know what happened. I'm proud of what we did, and like I said, I'd do it again.
I mean, I would too, but you know why I feel sick most about it is because I don't like I don't condone the ending. Okay.
No,
I would have rather the man up and be held and man up. Okay. Get caught. Face it. I've had to face my demons. Okay. When I had my issues, I was held accountable. I didn't run away from it. I held my own, manned up, owned my mistakes. And you know what? That was the best thing I did. This guy knew let's put it this way. There was one Twitter.
Well, just the way you just put it, I mean, if anybody can even stick up for that kind of person like that,
yeah.
I mean, I don't even care what you say to me because you have to check your own character. After everything that we've said and done, for a person to do that, check your own character if you support that kind of activity and get off our page. Quite honestly, if you're into that kind of stuff and you're into hurting children, you don't give a shit and whatever to children, just get off the page because we don't even want you. And if you do stay on, we'll catch you.
Well, here's the big thing is that we laid off when he said he would lay off.
Well, yeah.
But then he popped back 2 weeks later and we just jumped right back on him. And then he apparently felt the pressure because he had never gotten somebody to come back at him the way we did.
I needed this episode because this is my closure right here. Because I've honestly had enough of him and I've had enough of talking about him.
Yeah, likewise.
And, to me, the backlash, I'll take the high fives.
Well, we haven't gotten backlash, but from only a couple people, and
which is good.
But from what I can discover, from what I've read, the backlash that we've gotten seems like somebody that might be would have been working with him,
probably,
or working for him, or in favor of him, because it was a real vague username, and they were saying all kinds of things like that would defend everything he was doing and acting like we're making this shit up.
Yeah.
When we have 175 people messaging us at random every day, you've been fielding complaints.
Somebody told me I started this conspiracy.
What?
Because I'm a Trump lover. That's what they said.
God.
And I go, maybe he spammed my lawn care page.
He spammed your lawn care page.
I may have voted for Trump, but I sure as hell wasn't on any kind of I wasn't in any kind of a rally. I wasn't in any kind of a stand on the sidewalk. I'm just a quiet dude.
Yeah, you didn't have a megaphone acting like an asshole trying to defund the police and being racist.
How many years ago? I didn't give a shit. I just wanted to do this show. I enjoyed making people laugh. And then here we go. Crap on my page. We find out who it is, and then so he does what he does.
Well, the thing is that he came out of nowhere on me. I didn't know the extent of this guy until
he's lurking.
Until I got the text messages and confirmed with some associates of mine that this is his behavior, that's his verbiage, that's him. And he just wouldn't lay off. And the threats were unbelievable. And then he started spamming the pages.
How deep does the cover up go?
I'm going to tell you right now how deep it goes.
How deep?
It doesn't go deep. It goes high. It's up there high. Okay. This is Union Charter School of Applied Technologies. Okay. And when the teachers are told abruptly after this man took his own life,
hold your tongue.
Don't anybody talk to the news. Why?
Hold your tongue.
Hold your tongue.
But you're the bad guy.
We're the bad guys. We're the bad guys.
Oh, I love it. I don't know who else. I mean, who else could handle it? It is a lot of stress. People who ask, how you feeling? I'm feeling great, but it is a lot of stress because you do. I mean, we are human too. And at the end of the day, though, like I said, if I would do it again, and I wouldn't even think, I don't care. I'll do it 100 times. I'll put these people right where they belong. No, seriously though.
We did promise.
And I don't care. And why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you want that? These are, I mean, if anything that allegedly is true, and it'll probably come out later because that's just the way things work. I want an apology first off, but then if you even have that on your computer, that means you're helping people who are doing that to kids.
Well, listen, here's the deal.
And why would you want that?
When people are jumping on us, calling us the monsters and we're the troublemakers, it's like, wait a second. Time out. We're not the ones, who have been dealing with this guy for 7 years. We didn't know the extent of it. We found out the extent of it when he started attacking us and we started learning more facts and facts and facts. And then when we decided, you know what, enough's enough. And I think our trigger point was where your niece and your daughter almost opened up these horrific links. And that's when we decided to say, hey, enough's enough. We didn't do anything else but stick up to a bully.
That's it.
But you know what's bothering me most and why I've been feeling sick about this is everybody is telling me, now it's time to let it go.
Well, screw it.
It's done and over with. Let's move on. But in my experience, that's telling me to brush the shit under the goddamn rug. Why? It goes, yeah, he's gone. That's not the only fucking problem. There's a bigger, huge problem within that community, that school, of cover-ups. How many cover-ups did they I mean, I don't understand it.
Yeah,
you had
why,
student
though?
after
Why?
student and parent after parent, even faculty complaining about this jamoke. And then all of a sudden he does what he does. And then the head of communications ups and quits out of nowhere and changes their profession completely. Little Lori.
Weird.
And, you know, it's just weird. It's too, I don't believe in coincidences. Have you ever watched NCIS?
But you know what's really, it's real easy to do?
Jethro Gibbs does not believe in coincidences. Okay.
Jethro Tull doesn't either.
Right. Boom.
Boom.
Shakalaka.
But you know what's real easy to do?
What?
Point the fingers at the two boys from Buffalo.
Yeah.
Who uncovered this nonsense.
And then, you know, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
I mean, we got a horrible podcast, but we got some freaking idiot out there who did 10 years in the California Penal Correctional Facility. And he goes on, oh, what happens when a bar of soap drops in on the floor in a California Correctional Facility? Let's talk about it. And people are bashing me because I'm like, dude, what are you doing with your life? You got out of prison after 10 years. You got lipstick on.
You don't like that guy.
I don't. I can't stand the goddamn guy. He's a piece of shit.
Well, he's not our problem.
No, he's not, but he's a pain in the ass. And you got lipstick on and you're trying to talk shit like you did hardcore 10 years in California prison, you know, Corcoran, you know, whatever, man. Clown boy probably had choo-choo train running around him all day. But in any event, well, moving on. Choo-choo. I've been getting bashed, like people telling me what did you have to do people's laundry in prison? No, because I didn't go to prison. I'm not a fucking idiot. I went to jail and I learned in jail that this isn't cool. I don't want to do this. But you know, because I was in and out of prison for 10 years in California Penal, I'm gonna tell you who gets the top bunk and the bottom bunk. Let's talk about it. Fuck him. But anyways,
just tell the truth.
Tell the truth. Well, why don't we tell everybody, the two listeners that we got live here, you're more than welcome to give us a call. We're taking live call 716-218-3825. Give us a buzz. We're more than welcome to talk to you about it. If you have any, you know, any comments or anything to add to the story.
He's a bad guy like me.
We're the bad guys.
Well, you know, I told you before in one of our episodes that this is the devil's playground here on earth. And
sure,
once in a while, the Lord needs help. And sometimes.
Wow, you got religious, man.
Sometimes.
That's why I wear the glasses. I don't want the tears to show.
The messenger.
Hallelujah. Oh, am I going to get in trouble for saying religion?
Probably.
Hallelujah.
Probably.
Should I be a Southern Baptist or
maybe
Pentecostal?
Hold on. I know what'll work.
Speaking in tongues.
This might actually get us money. People might donate if I do this. Ready?
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Todd. I suffer from a mental illness. I don't have blue hair. I wasn't born a woman and think I'm a man, so it's not easy to tell. My mental illness is I really don't like people who hate children. And I'll do what I can to go after them. And I do it again. I hope that works. If we can change it into a mental illness, just not liking people that do bad things to children, maybe we can get some funding.
What I want to do first and foremost, let's clarify. There's a lot of allegations and alleged things that could have happened that we have not verified yet. Okay. What we have verified is that pretty much every student in that school fucking hated the guy. Okay. Secondly, he didn't teach. He would spend 90% of the class time sitting on his computer, making his kids teach himself. And he would leave the classroom for long periods of time.
Bullied other races. We also have that.
Yep. We have gotten word that he had a problem with specifically Muslims.
He also told one person that he wasn't going to talk to them because their hair was too ethnic, whatever the hell that means.
I don't know what that means. I've never heard such a thing in my life.
He would not answer field questions from
Muslims.
There you go.
But then somebody would jump in right behind that wasn't Muslim and ask the same damn question, and he would answer it.
He would.
Okay. He would get in people's personal spaces and argue with students and then make them stay after because, you know, he wasn't fucking teaching them and they weren't picking up on the course. So he was basically bullying the students. Okay. If he didn't like that student, he would make sure they suffered during the day and then make them stay after. And if they didn't stay after, they'd get reprimanded again.
No paperwork though until you sue us.
Yep, no paperwork till you sue them. But here's another funny thing is that if the whole entire student class hated this guy,
I don't think it was everyone.
Well, not
that's
everyone.
going a little far.
All right,
just 170 or so.
So far.
Yeah.
So far.
Well, hey, there might be that many people that hate us.
It's only been, I don't give a fuck who hates us, okay? You know what? My second wife hates me, and she hates me because I'm doing better than she ever will. And she lost a lawsuit that she was fraudulently trying to get. She lied from the start. That's why I didn't want any part of it. And
that's why I tell the truth.
Tell the truth.
I told you, people.
Yep, karma's a motherfucker. She lied from the start, and I got all the court documentations and trains.
Trains, good for her.
No, transcripts, and it was dismissed with prejudice, which means she's a fucking idiot, and it was clearly stated in there by both sides that she sucked. She was lying so bad that it didn't take long. It took like 5 years for her of fighting and faking injuries and whatever. That's another story. But back I'm just glad she lost because she had been, I'm going to buy my own island to get my 2 kids a house and buy them all cars. I'm going to do this and do that. And well, sorry. Life's a bitch, then you die, still trying to get a piece of the apple pie. No apple pie here, bitch. Go find a cherry one.
Jeepers.
Yeah, creepers. Losers, weepers. But anyways, a lot of good things have been happening. But let's get back to the subject at hand. This whole story broke wide open when we did our first exclusive on this clown, and we were getting a lot of messages, and we did get our backlash. And I'll never forget the guy who said we should go to prison for bullying a bully to kill himself.
This is the last I ever talk about it.
I hope.
Oh, definitely. I'm interested in the other things, the other cover-ups, why we can't get the
foil.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird things going on here.
How come that's the thing? Like, there's been so many FOIA requests.
Yeah, but we haven't tried ourselves, so I can't say personally that I've been waiting. But I've heard that it's been hard to get.
Well, any and all, and there's been multiple. Believe me, over the last 6 years, there's been many requests for the Freedom of Information Act, and nothing has been returned, and nothing has been responded to. None of the complaints filed for 6.5 years that we know of were ever addressed. And we kind of
fishy.
We kind of got a word that the little Lori was buddies with Mr. Notaro, and what she might have been doing was when somebody would complain, outside parent, whatever, she would then pass that name off to Mr. Notaro.
Come on.
And then Mr. Notaro would proceed to start harassing them. And he got away with it. Essentially what he did is he used the school as a teacher, as his platform to do what he really was on earth to do. And that was to harass, dox, harass and threaten people and spam people. And like I said, he's been doing it to so many people for so long. God. And when I found out, a friend of mine who I started podcasting with 6 years ago in Tennessee at random said, yeah, we had run-ins with him too. Like, that's not a coincidence, T.O. And that's where I kind of have my...
This could go deep.
This isn't even opened up yet. So you say this is the last time you want to talk about it, you might as well quit showing
him at least.
Well, him. He's done. But now we're beyond that. And that's where I'm kind of getting pissed, because we've been told by a few people
You're going to hit the Union brick wall.
that we need to let it go.
Yeah, I know. I love those words because that
It's
just makes
done
you
and
want
over with.
makes you want to dig deeper.
Move on. It's like everybody's addicted to this sweeping shit under the rug.
You should have told me to dig deeper, and then maybe I would have let it go.
Dig deeper.
I
don't know.
Don't tell us to let it go because it's very hard. You're not in our shoes.
Yeah, you weren't the one that was, threatened on.
And when you feel like you're on something, can you just let it go?
Well,
or does that fire burn in you like you're on to something?
When I wake up at 8 a.m. to a bunch of text messages from some asshole telling me.
When I know somebody's having trouble sleeping at night.
Yeah.
I know.
I felt like I was being stalked by Richard Ramirez, man.
Or Richard Simmons.
What, doing his exercise out in my backyard? Like the serial killer
Sweating to the oldies.
The serial killer neighbor I have that we haven't confirmed yet.
Something's going on.
Yeah, something's up.
Something
going on.
There's something going on.
The scheduling. I Googled the signs of a serial killer in the top 10.
There's something going on everywhere.
He's matching the mold, baby. Jeffrey Dahmer got away with it, and I fear it's going to happen.
I think just thank you, everybody, for listening. Seriously, because that episode reached a lot of people, and a lot of people wouldn't have known. And the crap would have just swept right under the rug like it was nothing. People would have said, "Oh, he had a mental illness. He was just so stressed at work." Son of a gun, man! Come on. When I heard that, and everything's being plagued to mental illness, and I understand that maybe it is something.
I got mental illness, but I don't spam people, harass people, and threaten people.
Thank you.
Okay, I take care of my goddamn business, and I own that shit. This yip hid behind a keyboard, hid behind fake. Probably 55 different usernames. Probably had about 35 burner phones. Who knows?
Not doing open heart surgery. This isn't stressed.
And here's the most disturbing part: is the school he worked at's funded. Okay, federally funded by the government.
They gotta be
and
quiet.
He used that platform, that internet access, that area to do what he did, and he did it for so long. There had to be somebody on the inside that was giving him information and keeping him aware of who was complaining and not fielding those complaints. And we're on to that one.
Sometimes you just got to look and see what kind of the flies drop off the wall.
Yeah,
the main one leaves.
Little Lordy.
I don't know. Maybe it's quinky dink. Could be a coincidence.
I don't believe in coincidences.
Well, maybe it was time.
Maybe
it was time. Little
Lori. It's like
I've worked with tons of people who have just up and said, I'm to switch. I need a whole life switch.
I haven't.
Tons. Tons.
Are you being serious?
Yeah. Tons.
You've worked at the same job for how long?
I've always done that, and then I've worked at the same job. It's never happened once.
Yeah, me neither.
No.
People quit, but they didn't quit. Like after getting tenure.
No, not a career.
Listen, $107,000 a year. You're almost at 10 years and you just quit.
Hey, it was time.
And you're the one that fielded the complaints from parents and students. And you would tell students, stop overreacting. And then they wouldn't provide a carbon copy of said complaint.
Just let it go.
Just let it go.
Let it go, guys.
The internet lies.
Let it go. It's a conspiracy. Let it go.
It's a conspiracy.
They didn't talk to anybody. Let it go.
But then they're all of a sudden telling the administration.
We're supposed to see. This is why it's very hard for us to let it go here. Let me into the mind of a detective here. It's hard to let it go when you keep getting all this information and you're like, wow, I can't believe this has been happening. Wow, I have to share this. Wow, everybody thinks I'm lying. Wow, I keep getting more. Oh my God. And then it's an overload. And it really is tough to deal with. And I don't care who believes me, but our job is to reciprocate the truth. And that's what we've been doing. We've done our own research. That's how I know we're not lying. And believe us or not. But hey, we're still here. We didn't have nothing to hide.
Well, and I think that's where he had the issue, is that everybody else. And listen, I'm not judging anybody else for having some sort of fear or hesitation to want to engage with this guy, because cyberbullying is a very serious thing, and it can become very scary and somewhat dangerous in some cases.
Sure. And where there's one, there's another. So I don't blame people that say, I want to remain anonymous. There's a lot of whacks. Look at the cover up.
Yeah. But here's us. I got nothing to lose. Okay. You're threatening me. You're threatening my friend. You're putting disturbing content on our goddamn Facebook pages that have nothing to do with politics at all. We're just trying to have a fun podcast. We're not at 10 million views. We're not viral yet. But this clown just persisted and wouldn't lay off. We tried to have a conversation with him. He wasn't having it.
Yeah, we did the right thing. We don't need to even talk about that anymore. No, we did the right thing.
We did the right thing. And the reason we really wanted to follow up was to the people out there that were telling us that we were wrong and that we were smearing his name. How can 175 so far message at all different times? They might not even know each other, different years, all with the same stories, but one or two people come in completely 100% defending him.
There's a lot in that school that I can't wait to spill the beans.
How does only one or two people out of 175 go, he didn't do it, you're smearing his name? You guys should be ashamed. Your family should disown you. Your family should stop loving you. You guys should go to prison.
Somebody said that.
You guys should go to prison for bullying somebody into killing himself. He should have been in prison for bullying thousands of people, including kids.
No shit.
Okay, but we're the fucking assholes. We're the problem.
I'll be the problem every day.
That's why I wanted to really do a follow-up, and we might have done it a little sooner. We might have another follow-up as more information pours in. I'm certain that we haven't even gotten to the...
Oh, I'm excited too. You know what? When we do talk to the kids, to every one of those kids out in that school that listen, when we do come down there, we got bracelets for you, for everybody who signs up on our page, and we're excited to give them out. Our green, here they are, right here. Our green mental health awareness bracelets. For real mental health for people who are bullied, not fake stress on the job kind of nonsense crap.
Well, the thing is, join our Facebook group, Raw Chat. And
that pisses. Let me talk to you about this again real quick, because that really pisses me off, because you have a mental illness and I have to deal with you every freaking time. I have mental illness that runs in the family, and then I got to listen to this kind of an excuse for people who have that shit on the computer or whatever, allegedly. Okay. And when the truth comes out, you can apologize to me, but allegedly, and now I got to listen to that some kind of a fucking mental illness, and I'm really tired of it. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the mental illness cop out every time, because you know what gives me mental illness? People telling me I'm a bully.
You know, and again, I've been very open, and I credit you for in the last 6 years learning that I have a mental illness, but I own it. I work on it. I try to my best to maintain it. I'm not denying the fact, but I'm not out trying to destroy people's lives. I'm not calling people's jobs trying to get them fucking fired because they didn't agree with me on something. And this is what this guy was doing, okay? And if anybody's going to say, well, he had a mental illness, well, yeah, he probably did. But does that give him the fucking right to do what he did for as long as he did? No. And people are going to be like, you're smearing his name. Let's make something clear to these people out there that think we were smearing his name. That fucking son of a bitch smeared his own name by doing what he did. Okay, everybody knew of the Andrew Notaro. We didn't make it up. We didn't pull his name out of a hat. We didn't start the shit. He did what he did. And now we're getting more and more facts. And that's why we're here right now, doing it right now, because we have gathered enough intel since that first exclusive to verify a little bit more of what this guy was all about. And we will clarify again, there are allegations of certain things we don't want to get into right now because we don't know the facts about. But what we do know is he was harassing students. He was bullying students. He was bullying people outside of school. And he was doing it during school hours when he was supposed to be teaching.
And we also know that sure doesn't sound like a crime that would make you take your own life. To me, bullying. He's been bullying this whole time. Getting caught for bullying isn't going to make him do it.
No,
I don't need any more proof than what we already have. But whatever, make your own conclusions.
I mean, people are allowed to make their own opinions and feel the way they want to feel.
We said that the whole time.
But the way I feel is this: is if he did it to me in the way he did it, and so swiftly he did it, and for it to come back so quick that he's been doing it to so many other people for so long, as far as going down to Tennessee, 11 hours away, okay, there's a problem. He's well known for doing what he did for as long as he did.
Well, you know what?
And obviously it's not, well, I don't want to say obvious, but I wouldn't say the police were in favor of him.
Good job. That's all I got to say is good job. I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of you too, man.
You know, if no one else is going to say it, I'll say it.
Let's high five in the screen.
Let's do it. Boom.
Ready?
Yeah, fist bump, because I don't even know where my fist is. Boom.
Other one. Do it.
I don't give a
Ready?
crap.
Let's do it.
Fist bump.
Fist bump.
I'd do it again.
I'd do it again all day.
And,
because you know what?
I'm glad whoever, higher power, whatever it be, picked us, because there isn't many more people that are strong enough to do this. Because I'll tell you what. When I get in the game, I'll tell you what. I'll make the move. You make the last move.
Forget about it.
Forget about it.
Forget about it.
So I don't know. It is what it is. We did what we did.
We did what we did.
It's over.
I wouldn't change a thing for the world.
Now we're on to bigger, better things. Taking care of the kids who were left behind. Gonna go chat with them, do good things in the community, see if we can straighten this crap out, and get to the bottom of some of the alleged things that we want to get into here. But we will get into that in another show. Everybody in that school, be on high alert at the moment.
Yeah.
From the what to the what, should we say?
Well,
from the top to the maintenance. Right? That would cover it.
We got our eyes on who?
I don't know. But they know who.
They know who.
Just keep it squeaky clean.
Yeah, don't have relations with underage girls when you're a custodian.
No, don't do that. What, balloons? We got balloons.
We're getting balloons.
Balloons.
Just who did that?
Keep it squeaky clean.
Who gave us balloons? Where'd that come from?
I don't know. Sweet.
You said balloons.
Balloon.
Who did that? Come on.
I'm on full screen. I'm not looking at comments.
Gave us balloons. I want to know. We want to know the truth. Who gave us balloons?
Whoever sat through this for 45 minutes to give us balloons. We love you.
Yeah, we love you too. Call in. We're here. We're here for another, 15 minutes?
I don't know. People got to go to work. This was for the drive to work.
Yeah, drive to work.
It seemed our views went up that last time on the drive to work and the drive home. A lot of teachers must have watched. I wonder why. I wonder if they were like glued in. You know how? I mean, my wife teaches. They're all about it.
Yeah.
They're probably all watching them. God.
Yes.
I taught in the room next to him.
Yeah.
I fielded 35 complaints and I didn't do a thing. I better get the hell out of here.
Yeah, bolt.
Pew!
Little Lori.
Pew!
Little Lori. Pew! Little Lori.
I don't know, mate. Coincidence. It could be.
It's not a coinkydink.
I'm telling you.
It's not a coinkydink.
It was time.
It wasn't a coinkydink.
It was. I had my 2 weeks in before that. It had nothing to do with it. You guys are dumb.
Yeah, we're dumb. You leave $107,000 a year salary after 7.5 years, almost to 10. It's just poof, gone.
You never know. Life will bring you so many unexpected.
Maybe she had a mental health issue.
Oh, don't we all after that? Maybe this has caused so many mental health issues.
Maybe we should drop some bracelets in the mailbox there. Everything.
Sure.
I want to know who sent us balloons.
Burn.
Yeah, who gave us balloons? Do it again.
Did we do it to ourselves?
No. I don't know how to do that.
That was awesome. Can you balloon us again if you're still alive?
One time. we got to know it wasn't us. Give us some balloons.
That was hilarious.
It was awesome. We've never gotten balloons before. Can they give kisses?
I don't know what.
Hugs?
I want to try to go full screen again.
I don't
know. This was a little quick update show. We got a lot more coming up. We're coming back on at 7 p.m. tonight to not talk about any of this crap.
Yeah, we're gonna have a fun show tonight, and then after the show, me, Frankie J, I'm gonna be peeling out about 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to go to Lebanon, Tennessee, and hopefully, if I get there soon enough, going to Nashville. I want to check out the American Picker store because there's a really hot, chubby blonde that works there. And I'd like to meet her because she got that southern twang. I'm gonna try to get me a selfie with her.
There you go.
Yeah, and I want to go to Tennessee, and I'm gonna get me a puppy. I'm gonna come home with a puppy, One Eye Willie. He's gonna be a new mascot of the show, by the way.
Not gonna name him Scooby Doo. I would have got away with it too if it wasn't for that Raw live show and that stupid Frankie J and T.O. Frankie J and T.O.
Son of a bitches. You know, again, we just want to do a follow-up show to let you know that we have, in fact, received tons and tons of messages. People have been reaching out to us. We are gathering our information. So we're still sorting it out. We are working with some other people to kind of piece things together so that we do have facts. And again, there's a lot of allegations flying around out there, so we don't want to really go into that until we really, really know. So we just wanted to do a quick follow-up. We do thank everybody for tuning in this early, and we look forward to seeing everybody here again tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the normal Raww live show with 2X and the Boomer, with T.O., Frankie J, me, and Joann, Mama Joe, mom of the show. So we'll be back tonight, 7 p.m. We'll see y'all then. Thanks for being here.